Party.
All the people from the front to the back.
Party.
To the back.
Party.
All the people from the front to the back.
Party.
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 All the people from the front to the back.
Party.
All the people from the front. All the people from the front. All the people from the front to the back.
can feel it. It's pressing down on me and I can barely breathe. Oh, can you feel it? And I'm surrounded everywhere. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's creeping up on me, but what I just can't see. Oh, say you feel it. I'm falling into this unknown. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? There's nothing I can do but to give in through the
Welcome back to another installment of the Update Show, Cannon's Crew. My name is Pretty Hair. I will be your host, and our illustrious guest and co-captain today will be Mr. Scott Gandhi himself, the lead designer of Rogue Company. I assume you're having a very blessed day, Scott.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. God, it's been so nice. Me and you are back. You know, we've missed the past two. Back together, and we got a little surprise cat. She's going to ruin this for you. I on production, but it is what it is. Look at her, though. Look at this cat. She just wants to hang out. You know, it is what it is. But yeah,
we're happy to have her. Our third chair of the Patch Notes show today here. Like we mentioned, name of the patch is Cannon's Crew. We've got some exciting things to show you off, some balance adjustments, game mode stuff, matchmaking updates, and of course, a new Rogue. The thing you guys are all here to see, but you'll have to be very patient for it. I'm not going to tell you when exactly that's coming. The first thing, matchmaking is a big topic, I think, across multiplayer games, which is what we do here at Hi-Rez. We've spent a lot of time fine-tuning and improving and developing those systems to make sure that the match experience is of the best quality. And Scott, we have recently made a couple of adjustments to what Rogue Company needs and what Rogue Company players have been asking for when it comes to matchmaking in order to better serve them.
Yeah, so thanks for the introduction on this. So, we kind of view this effort as a part of Project Health, meaning that there's a lot of quality of life improvements and also just a lot of fixes that we need to make inside of core Rogue Company. And one of them has always been a pretty big topic inside of the community, which is, matchmaking. And so what we have been doing for the past, year is revamping our entire matchmaking system. In fact, this is technically a brand new system. And inside of this system allows us to more fine-tune the experience. But ultimately, our goal is really rallied around the cries from the community, which is, look, we want more quality matches consistently, right? And there's times we all experience it. If you're playing at off hours, that you just get a match where you feel like the matchmaker is putting you in a position to lose. And that's what we are actually actively mitigating inside of here. So new system's going to come out, and we have a lot of tuning and adjustments to make as we get more and more data, but ultimately this is the beginning of a Project Health specifically focused on matchmaking.
Definitely be looking to improve that experience for you guys, and know that we are working around the clock to do so. So keep leaving us your feedback and let us know how we can do better for you. Moving right along to some more adjustments we're going to be making, but these in-game, a little bit more hands-on. Some of the weapons we're going to be looking at here in this update. MLX MAW, Cannon's LMG, will be seeing an increase in aim over shoulder accuracy.
Yeah, so this is going to bring it up to 100% accurate, right? So now when you aim over shoulders, you're going to be pretty locked in there. When we're looking at all of the weapons now, since Weapon Mastery's out, we noticed that, wow, the MAW is unbelievably inaccurate. And in addition to that, it was sadly underperforming. So this is just going to get it a little bit more in line with our other guns.
Definitely. We've also made some adjustments to the KA-30, kind of in response, to seeing that this weapon was underperforming. It is kind of one of our bread and butter guns. It's available on 2 of the starter rogues, so it's very important, of course, that it is a good experience, when people do get hands-on with that weapon at first. So we are reverting one of the buffs we gave it in the previous patch, so the accuracy per loss specifically will be a little bit higher than it used to be.
Yeah, so a little bit more inaccurate, a little bit less of a laser, and kind of bringing it more in line to what it used to be. Now, we really like the headshot damage. We don't need to change that. We like that new direction, but we just want to make it a little less of a laser.
Very cool. One of the harder to use guns, but very, very potent if you can do it well. The Harm 30K will be doing a number of things to this weapon, reducing the accuracy loss per shot. We will be reducing the vertical recoil as well. So it is a headshot gun, Scott, and I think these changes will kind of help you be a little bit more accurate when you are going for those dingers.
Yeah, in addition to being a little bit more accurate, this gun is played best at range. And previously, it was very difficult to land those consecutive shots and hit headshots at range. This change allows you to be more consistent with the weapon and also for it to excel at the ranges it's supposed to excel at. Very,
very deadly. Pretty high risk, high reward weapon, though. Final one is a bit of a different style here. It's not necessarily number changes, damage fall off, all that stuff. It's the LR15. We'll be seeing a change in the FOV of your scope. So it'll feel a little bit less scoped in. This is a change that we're experimenting with. We've liked it internally so far, Scott. We're going to put it out on the PTS to see how you guys respond to it, maybe make some adjustments. And if it's something that you like, then we might go ahead and develop it and do it right for the tier and the RN and any other scoped weapon that might come along in the future.
Yeah, you crushed it. Ultimately, inside of our testing, we found that when it's a little less zoomed in, you get a lot more... You get a lot of the experience that you're looking for with the sniper, right? There's a lot of our maps, you end up playing between like the 20 and 30 meters. And with how zoomed in the sniper actually is, it actually is a little bit of a hindrance sometimes.
Yeah, especially, when you're playing Phantom, right? You want to get in there and kind of make some closer mid-range snipes and plays and have a little bit of that duelist feel with it. So it's very good for that, and we've enjoyed it thus far. We hope you guys too, but please let us know. Ultimately, we're going to do what's best for you all and what you all like. Moving on to gadgets, done with the guns now. The EMP grenade. This, on its best day, has a very niche use case here. So we're going to be adding a couple of things. One is a very small kind of quality of life thing. You will get $250 for destroying a deployable, trip mines, barbed wires, things of that nature with your EMPs. But these will now also cancel duration-based abilities, Scott.
And that is huge. Now, we're going to touch on this later on, but the EMP, this applies to the EMP effect. So this means that Glitch will also be receiving this exact same benefit. So normally, when you hear Scorch pops her ability, there's no way to deal with that outside of, waiting it out or just taking her on head to head, right? Now, if you are a character who has an EMP or you're a Glitch, you throw the EMP at Scorch, it takes her out of that ability. That ability is going on cooldown. From there, you're back into the fight. And so when we look at a lot of our characters who have a lot of duration-based abilities, so these are Sigrid, Fixer, Scorch, these characters, their abilities now, well, it actually matters when they pop them versus them just being able to force their will on the opposition. So there's a lot of counterplay inside of here, and we're feeling really good about it on our side.
Yeah, one of the things I think EMPs have always had going for them is they are very kind of reactive and have a big radius. They're easy to hit. It's just what they did wasn't always super impactful. So it's good, and I think it's a nice thing to attach to a grenade that does have that large radius and is easy to hit, because it is going to be a quick reactive counterplay type of thing that you're going to be using these for now. So let us know your thoughts on that, and letting you know how that's all playing out for you guys. Moving on to the incendiary grenade, or the Molotov, as you might call it. A number of changes being made to this just to make sure a little bit more functionally usable, a little bit more dangerous here, but also less oppressive to play against. So big thing first here is the baseline duration being reduced from 8.5 seconds down to 6. This means the upgrade for the duration is still the same upgrade. It's just now obviously with a lower base, you will end up in a less spot. So the upgraded duration will be just an 8-second duration. Baseline is 6. But because it's not going to be lasting as long, it is going to be doing a little bit more damage per second. 10 damage per tick up to now 12. And the base radius is going to be 4 meters down to 3.5. Just threw a lot at him there, Scott, but Break down some of these changes for us.
I think in closing, and I appreciate you going through that. I mean, I know you were a big advocate for this as we were looking through all the community feedback as well, and just seeing like how well the Molotov was performing. But ultimately, we want the Molotov, which is a lethal gadget, to be a little bit more lethal, but also less area of denial, less oppressive inside of there. So bringing down that duration means you have to be a little bit more deliberate when you use it. And then in addition to that, when you do use it, getting the payoff for, it being a lethal gadget.
Yep, all good stuff along there. That is it for gadgets. We're going to be moving on to game modes. All respawn modes will now have 1 second spawn immunity added to them.
Yeah, this is just one of those community wins. You got it inside of there. We hear you loud and clear, and here it is.
There it is. A little bit more of a nuanced change here to Strikeout. Spawn improvements, specifically combat fronts being brought back. I'm going to let you kind of dive into this one and break down what exactly that combat front is and why we like it. Why do we want it back?
Yeah, so let's start all the way from where we're at and what the issues were. So first, when it comes to Strikeout, we were running into an issue where players would get spawn trapped in a lot of our maps based on how the spawns were configured. And previous Strikeout, what would happen is each team has one side of the map. So you have, if you always spawn on one side, you never flip on the other side. And so when we introduced spawn flipping, which means you could spawn all throughout the map, we introduced a lot more random nature of the gameplay. And inside of that, our spawn logic ended up creating a lot of haphazard events where sometimes spawns would just be random behind you and you couldn't react to it. And it felt a little messy. And so when we've been looking at Strikeout, we were like, okay, well, how can we really improve this? Like, what was wrong with our combat fronts? And we were looking at the combat fronts and we said, well, there wasn't enough spawns. And what we mean by enough spawns, sorry, I just hit my mic. What we mean by there wasn't enough spawns, we only had spawns inside of the beachheads, and sometimes we had them outside. But what we learned from King of the Hill is that you can kind of create these spawns more closer to the 50, like in the middle of the map, and then and that allows you to break out of the spawn flipping, right? Yeah. So if an enemy pushes into your beachhead previously, you were kind of hosed. You didn't really have a prayer of getting out. But now you will spawn out from your initial spawn, but not on the enemy side. So you still have an understanding of where the enemy is coming from, and it's a little bit more consistent. But more importantly, it's delivering the experience that we want and what the players want. The spawn flipping just didn't really work out and strike out the way that we truly thought it would.
A little bit too helter-skelter now. You can know or expect to know a little bit more roughly where those teammates and those enemies are going to be spawning. But if you spawn trap them, they will be kind of released out of that trap. Great stuff there on the game modes. Moving along to Rogue Balance. Lancer's quick and quiet ability will no longer provide reveal immunity.
Boom. It just happened.
Yep.
That's it. Now,
there she is.
Look. Lancer's win rate through the roof. She's one of the most requested rogues to get nerfed, and she is just unbelievably dominant in literally every single game mode that we have. Demolition ranked and more of the competitive side, Lancer gets a little bit more checked, but in all of the respawn game modes, she's always being picked and she's always being played. By removing the reveal immunity, we believe we're still maintaining what makes Lancer's ability unique, which is the fact that you are moving around the map at a faster speed than everybody else and fully quiet. And in Rogue Company, we take our footsteps very seriously. And we always use that as a way for people to orient where the enemies are coming from. And she has the ability to just turn that off, get behind you, and just punish you for that. So we want to introduce a layer of depth that says, well, if you are a Lancer, you can be revealed by Seeker or sticky cams or Dallas. All of these ways to kind of counter Lancer so she's not just getting a guaranteed free flank on the enemy team.
There it is. Fun little fact is that when you pop quick and quiet, it cleanses any active reveals. That is still the case. That will still happen. But any reveals that are subsequently applied during quick and quiet's duration, those are still going to stick and you will still be revealed. So check yourself, Lancer players. Be a little bit more careful sneaking up on folks. Moving on to Glitch. You alluded to this earlier. Quick little change. Obviously, Glitch's ability is, for all intents and purposes, a gigantic EMP. So things that we do to EMP, we want to do to Glitch. Hitting people with Glitch's hack now, that's going to cancel those duration-based rogue abilities, and it's also going to give you $250 cash for destroying any deployables. Kind of a cool little boost in the economy there for Glitch. One of our favorite rogues. It looks very, very cool.
It's a lot of just rewarding the rogue for doing their job.
Yeah,
right. Like
definitely.
Glitch's entire identity is counter enemy defenses, and that doesn't net you anything. And so when you have those big hacks where you destroy 2 barbed wires, 2 trip mines, or if you're going against a runway and a trench, 1 million trip mines. You know,
those are going to be some
you're getting
lucrative
for
hacks. Those are going to be very lucrative hacks.
We'll get into runway. It's
okay. For Switchblade, we are increasing the post-fire lockout from the Chaos Launcher. So the time it takes you after shooting your rocket launcher to swap back to your gun from 0.65 to 0.9 seconds. And we are also decreasing the blast radius of the initial rocket explosion from 4 meters to 3 meters.
Crushed it. Yep. Here's the big thing, and this is one of the ones that we were really kind of focused on in like very specific tests throughout the entire 64 development cycle, or the Cannon Screw development cycle, excuse me. And it was, when Switchblade hits you with a direct rocket, how much time do you have to react, or do you just immediately die? And previously, she had a 0.6 seconds in order to pull out her other weapon, and that almost guaranteed that she always got the kill. Now the idea here is that when she fires that rocket, you have a little bit more time that you can dodge, roll out, get to safety, or just engage and kill her during that time. So Switchblades, you have to be a little bit more deliberate as to when you want to use your rocket.
Absolutely, and that does it for our Rogue Balance section here. Moving along, we've been talking a lot about Cannon, his crew, the name of the update show, the name of the development cycle.
Cannon.
It's time to get into all that good stuff. Some of these awesome cosmetics we've got. The Cannon's
I thought you were going to say the character.
Bundle.
I got excited. I don't read the show full. You know that. I got excited. Sorry.
This is still just the bundle. This is Cannon's crew. We don't know who Cannon is just yet, but we are able to show you guys some of his teammates in game. This comes with some really awesome cosmetics for Dahlia, as well as Chalk. And a fun little factoid about this bundle is that as we are speaking about it, we are turning it on live for you all in the store. And here's a first look at Flight Path Dahlia, one of 2 very, very clean looking outfits for you guys all to get your hands on in this bundle.
I love it. This has been instantly one of my favorite skins, like just default on Dahlia. Dahlia, like she went through it a little bit where, you had the unicorn skin, and then there's her skins keep getting better and better and better. And this is one of the ones that I think she just looks so badass in it.
Yep. Comes along with that Flight Path hoverboard. Hoverboard's been a big hit. I know you guys have been enjoying a lot of that. We got some wraps, some avatars, of course, for each of your weapons, the primaries, the secondaries, and the melee. So you can match all your stuff from head to toe. We know that's very important out there to you all. That's not all that's in this bundle, though. Of course, we do have the camo and ammo Chalk. Fun thing about these that we can't show to you visually, but they both do come with new voiceover packs. So all of these skins will both include a completely revamped VO experience, and it's great. I mean, that's one of my personal favorite things about some of these skins. It adds that personality. It's like, who is camo and ammo Chalk? Well, you better believe that you're going to find out when you purchase this bundle, and it just helps take that outfit to the next level.
Yeah, camo and ammo Chalk is just one of those skins where I was like, during the concept phase, I was like, we sure we don't want to just make this a rogue? Like, he looks so incredible. You sure don't want to just make a new character out of it? But the character art team just crushed it again,
out of the park.
Skin
That's it for the Cannon's crew bundle, but not for the totality of the cosmetics coming at you here in this Cannon's crew update. We have the Halloween bundle as well. Very excited to show off. It's one of the best times of year to do this kind of themed content stuff, and Halloween is certainly no exception here in the Rogue Company universe. We got plenty of awesome stuff to show. The action-packed bundle, the Baron Samedic bundle, we have lots and lots of cool stuff. This action-packed bundle is just a couple of melee primary and secondary wraps, of course, the wingsuit as well. Very cool stuff that you can apply. Go on and get you some. That's the message we're sending here now. And of course, the Baron Samedic. If you guys are fans of some other high-res games, Smite in particular, you'll recognize this guy right here. Comes with, of course, the Medic Halloween outfit, Baron Samedi. You're familiar with the character from Smite. Comes with a hoverboard. Looks like an emote and an avatar as well. The Blood Moon hoverboard. Very, very cool.
So dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Halloween's all about.
Hey, who's that?
The Dancing Dead emote. I don't know who that is. We'll have to maybe discover that later. That's a great emote. Wow, look at that. Look at that. The lay down emote. Could it be? That's a great emote to really, really take cover with. I wonder if I can find some bushes to lay down in.
Oh, absolutely. The problem is the VO will get you.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Cyber Glitch Bundle. Wow. That is the first word that comes to mind when I look at this. Is a glitch skin, everybody. Very, very cool. Very, very different from, the kind of hooded masked Mysterio. The Kaiju Attack Epic emote. Oh, yeah. Little atomic breath there. Let him roar, buddy. Looks like we got a wingsuit as well as an avatar here in this one. The Jump-A-Lantern. That's great. I actually love that one there. Animated, epic wingsuit. Lots of hoverboard love. Can't forget our roots there. Of course, nothing like a good wingsuit along for the update show ride. The Glitching Skull avatar as well. Yet another bundle here. You can see Funny Bones Dima. A little bit of UV black light glowing bones along that suit. Very, very cool stuff there. Up next, we have the Halloween Treat Bundle. We got so many bundles coming for you guys.
Yeah, one big thing is you're just running through these. Is last year this time we were just going into open beta, and a lot of the people in the community, the early adopters said, I really hope you guys have Halloween content and a lot of Halloween cosmetics. And unfortunately, we didn't have it at the time because we were focused on getting the game out. And so this year we were like, listen, we are getting holiday content, period, stamp it. We're going to make sure that we deliver and give the people exactly what they want. So you guys asked for it. We're delivering it to you. And I think, from all of these pieces, it was a pretty good time to work on all of them.
Halloween comes with both treats and tricks in both of these bundles, having various wraps, emotes, avatars, banners, borders, all the good stuff, all the things that you like to customize and show your stuff with. Look at him. Stories emo. It was a dark and stormy night. We've got the scary music playing in the background. Our emote game continues to be absolutely ironclad here. Rogue Company. I'll put their emotes up against anyone in the business. And we got the Tricks and Treats rare banner there. Very, very cute little chibi versions of some of your favorite Roko characters. The evil pumpkin avatar as well. Everybody does lots of stuff here in this bundle. Hell's Full rare avatar rising again. And his name was Dima before he was savagely murdered with a cleaver into the skull. Unlucky there.
I don't think Dima would actually die if he got a cleaver in the skull. Just sidebar.
His brain is somewhere else in his body, not in his head. We're not sure what's in that helmet there. The Hollow's Eve bundle here.
It's just a grenade.
Very cool. Very cool animated wraps there. The Painkiller Phantom bundle.
That's the one.
This is a good one here. Painkiller Phantom. There she is in all of her glory. This one also comes with a completely revamped VO pack as well. Very Halloween themed, very sadistic, very fun. It's a live animated banner here. I think what is that, Dallas in Shock? That's actually really funny. I like that a lot.
Shock, yeah.
Resurrection, ICU rare avatar, and then, of course, to round it out, that this won't hurt a bit. You won't even see it coming. Nurse Phantom is very, very quick.
Ooh, that is
very,
cool.
very active. These are very cool. Very animated. Some more animated wraps here coming through for y'all. Of course, most of the bundles are going to come with that primary, secondary, and melee wrap. This one goes so far as to even include yet another hoverboard camo and ammo. So this stuff all matching very, very well, of course, with Mr. Chalk. That camo and ammo skin from earlier. Cause of Death animated avatar. Lots of good stuff here. Last but not least, the Mall Rocker Scorch. Another one completely revamped. New VO. Very, very cool. Cool effects. This one is certainly really good. Scorch has some great ones. She was, received the penultimate, the legendary skin reward from one of our earlier battle passes. So it's good that we've come around to her again and given her some more love for those of you that want to sport your style on the fiery rogue here. And of course, there is Baron Samedic again. I love this one. I'm looking forward to this one. Saint's been getting some love too recently in the Japan battle pass.
I honestly, I think between the Cannon's Crew bundle, which goes live, today, I think that glitch skin's gotta do it for me. I think that's my number one out of this.
Probably taking the cake for a lot of people. That's a really, really, really cool one. That does it for our cosmetic run through, showing you guys all the goodies you can get your hands on here in the Cannon's Crew update. It is time. Cannon's Crew. Who is Cannon? We've gotten some sneak peeks looking at him and some of these new emotes, showing you guys what it's all about. The newest rogue joining the company. I am happy to introduce Cannon.
All right, Nick. So, Nick, this is your love child,
my third baby.
This is your third baby, Nick.
Yes,
go ahead. Nick, give me the high level.
Yes.
Who is Cannon? What is?
Well, look at this. Look at this man. Look at this mountain of a man, vascular, ready for action, raised on a diet of '80s action movies and barbecue. Kansas City is where Cannon hails from, very appropriately. We'll get a look at some of his personality. He wanted to be a chopper gunner in the military, an action hero, just like he had watched growing up. But as you could see here in his walk-in, he was just too big for the chopper. Did not meet the weight requirement. Too much of a mountain of a man. Too much barbecue, perhaps. So he had to find, another calling, and he has found it here in Rogue Company. Not known for his aim. There's a lot of, contract killers and high precision, fixers taking down the target in one bullet. Everyone is the best in the world. Cannon is not known for his aim. He wants to be a chopper gunner at heart. He is all about spitting lead and looking cool while you do it.
Yeah, aiming isn't his strong suit, we'd say.
No. But when you have enough firepower, who needs aim?
All right.
It's all a game of statistics. Okay. It's all a game of statistics, Cannon.
It's true. It is. You miss all the shots you don't take, right?
That's right.
Everybody knows that. So, Nick, where do you want to? You want to start in the loadout, or you want to start in the ability and the passive?
Let's rock and roll through the store first here. Let's open up the store, get a look here at his loadout for me. So you will see the Sahara. So kind of how I think we're going to introduce characters' weapons going forward. Obviously, with weapon mastery, it matters a little bit less which AR they're going to start with. What you really need to know is Cannon is going to be an AR shotgun-based rogue. He will start with the Sahara, and he will start with the Striker 8x10. But of course, as you master, you can see the other ARs and the other shotguns in the class. You can mix and match those as you see fit, and that's all good and well. Heading back to his screen, he starts with the revolver pistol for you demolition players, or if you ever need to whip out the sidearm, that's what he's rocking and rolling with. Brand new melee weapon here, as big as Cannon himself, the Sledgehammer. The right tool for the job, depending on who's swinging it. And let me tell you, Cannon is absolutely the guy to swing it and do the job done right. It has a swing speed upgrade and a swing damage upgrade. So at base, this is going to operate very similar to the Claymore. This is another big, heavy, two-handed melee weapon, but you can upgrade the swing speed to swing at the normal pace of your kukris, katanas, baseball bats, all of those other melee weapons that are a little bit lighter. It does sport that larger AoE, that larger swing damage detection that the Claymore has as well. For his gadgets, we've got the C4 and the adrenaline shot. Cannon is at heart a defender, so having a little bit less to throw at you. C4 operates a little bit better when you are pushing into him. Adrenaline shot, just to kind of keep him going. Down here for the perks, we've got Shredder Rounds, Toughen Up, Helping Hand, because my boy's a good guy, you already know. Tenacity, because he is a tough man. Life Drain to kind of keep you going, and you'll see why that's important later. Headstrong, to keep you nice and tanky. So Tenacity, Headstrong, he's got that combo going on for him. Very difficult to take down. This is something we kind of like to look at with our defenders, is how easy are they to uproot from a position. Cannon doesn't have any of the APSs and the super defensive gadgets that someone like a Mac might have, but he does have Tenacity. He does have the Headstrong, the ability to get a high health pool, and the ability to keep it high through means like life drains and your adrenaline shots.
Okay, Nick, let's go on a little bit of a ride here with this Sledgehammer.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's get a couple
go beat up that
here.
anvil camera, man. So throwing this, smacking it, you can see this is once you have that swing damage upgrade, you're going to go from 50 damage to 70 damage, and you're going to be swinging it just as fast. So it's a little bit better than the baseball bat when fully upgraded, but it does have that much larger swing range. Just like nice throw, Brad. Just like a lot of our other melee weapons, this one is not. It doesn't have any thrown upgrade, so it's just going to rock with that base 75 thrown damage. If you manage to, pull the needle out of the haystack and hit the headshot with the thrown sledgehammer, then you will do 100 damage. But that's even hard to replicate on a standing still bot. It's a tough thing to pull off, but it can happen. It's a super fun melee weapon. We just did, a lot of work to get this big two-handed claymore in the game with Max. So I figured we got another big fella coming on in. Why not do another large melee weapon match?
I love that initial strike.
Yeah, they did do a little bit of extra work to really, because the claymore swings a little bit differently than the sledgehammer. So animation did a great job getting this one done for us. It looks awesome, super heavy momentum. You can feel it. It's very, very canon. It's very brute force and powerful.
Love it. Can you just throw it real quick, just in the distance, just see how it trails off? I always gotta see that. That's the
bonk. It's got a nice, heavy, meaty audio.
Hear that bonk again, right on the.
That's a good bonk.
Yeah,
you're a man who knows a good bonk when he hears one. Ooh. Woo! That might be better than the baseball.
It's close. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. I forget how many iterations you probably went through with the sound effects on this, but baseball bat, we went through a lot. This
this is a bonk in the 2021 here, folks. This is a real brand new bonk. Alrighty, that's the loadout, folks. Let's get into the good stuff here. The passive and the ability. If we could pull up that scoreboard, read those descriptions.
Here's a question for you as we go ahead and take a look at this. So, Cannon as a rogue, right? Obviously, he's a defender. But what type of defender is he? What does he excel at?
Some legendary coaches, some people in sports and things say that the best defense is a good offense. Some people say the best offense is a good defense. Cannon really subscribes to the mantra that the best defense is a good offense. So like I said, man, high damage, not great aim, but spit and lead, trading mobility for firepower, and just overwhelming firepower in general is basically the theme here. You can see the Gatling gun. It is what you think it is, man. It fires faster the longer it's fired. It spins up. Incredibly deadly weapon. You can actually mount it, because that's kind of like leaning into that defender aspect a little bit. We'll kind of get into that when we actually pull it out. I want to touch on the passive as well. Conflict Connoisseur. Not the best aim, but you've got the tools for the job here. Landing your shots has the chance to return ammo to your current magazine. If your Gatling gun is equipped, its duration is instead extended slightly. And spoiler alert, that means you have unlimited ammo during your Gatling gun. Let's pull this bad boy out and show the good people what they've been waiting for, Bradley. There it is. All right, before we fire a shot here, there's a couple of things. You're going to pull this out. I worked hard on this, and it's very important to me, so please like it. Tell me you like it, even if you don't like it. Worked hard on this music. We had this special music track composed for Cannon. He's an 80s action guy. He's the action movie hero. Just start ripping people apart with this thing, and let's hear this music track play for us a little bit, Brad. So as you're kind of rocking and rolling, pull off these targets so we can hear the music play for us, just as you're firing along here, Brad. You can see a lot of things are happening right now. This duration meter starts. As soon as you fire, the music comes crashing in. There's all of this super fun things hitting you right now when you start to let this one loose. Brad, put it away and then pull it back out. I want to talk now through a little bit of kind of how this one plays out. So as this ability recharges, you notice Brad was able to pull it out, hold it there for a second. You kind of have to decide when you want to commit with this ability, but not in the same way that Sigurd's is. So the duration does not start when you pull it out. The duration starts when you actually fire the shot. The duration meter is displayed under the crosshair there with that little crescent, and you can see as you're hitting shots and things like that, it'll start to fill back up. Another important thing, Brad, if you go ahead and aim for us, you'll notice the crosshair is specially and custom made for this Gatling gun. You'll see it kind of start to fill up. This is really cool. One of our UX designers made this it respects your colors. You can change the color of this thing. All the bells and whistles have been included for this very, very fun gameplay or gunplay experience that I hope you guys will enjoy. As this meter fills up, your enemies can kind of hear this getting going, but this is a way for you to prepare to start to take this firefight before you breach a corner or something of the like. All that's good and well and good. Firing this, like I said, starts the duration. Let's go ahead and head to a piece of cover, Brad, and mount this guy up. That was an important piece of making Cannon a defender is what does he do to kind of hunker down, right? So any piece of medium cover within a given range, you'll see a little prompt that allows you to slam this thing down. You can see these shields are always present, but Cannon really hunkers down when he mounts. He's a lot more protected, a lot harder to hit. You can pretty much only headshot him off of his Gatling gun. He gets real, basically laser beam accurate, and he is always fully spun up. So you are absolutely ready for combat when you're mounted, and you're going to be very hard to take down once you do. You can see as Brad's hitting these shots for us, you see the little passive icon flashing. This is what happens when your passive is activating. As you're hitting shots, you're going to see your duration meter under your crosshair start to fill back up when you're hitting successful shots. These don't have to be damage. This could be shots landing successfully on the Anvil shield, on the Sigrid shield. As long as you're hitting things in the world, you have a chance to proc that passive. Feed some more time, some more ammunition into that Gatling gun, because that is what Cannon is all about.
Now, Nick, with our recent EMP change as well, if Cannon he's mounted and he's just sitting there spinning up, that EMP, what happens?
It cancels it. This is a duration-based ability, just like any other. One of the cool things you can kind of do, because the duration doesn't start until you fire the shot. If you see an EMP grenade coming, or you know a hack is about to happen, you can put your Gatling gun away and pull it out as many times as you want until you fire that shot. Once you fire the shot and start the timer, if you switch off of it, that's it. It's going on cooldown. That's it for your usage. Brad is showing off kind of this other aspect that we built in, because as we were trying to make this thing work on all the maps and all the different types of cover, heights of cover, it's tough. We never know what future maps are going to look like as well. So anywhere in the world, you can hit the crouch button and you will just slam to the ground and get into kind of an in-between. You get mostly behind your shields on your Gatling gun, but this is your mounted state still. So you will get all of those benefits. You'll get the full spin up. You'll get a little bit more behind the shields, be a little bit more protected. You get that laser beam accuracy. Just so no matter where you're trying to defend from, my main goal was, like, I didn't want you to feel limited. I wanted you to feel like you could set up and you could play with this anywhere you wanted. And part of that is just who Cannon is, right? He's giant, super strong guy. He doesn't need anything to help him mount this. He's just slamming it down, putting it where he wants, picking it back up, putting it on cover, taking it off, running around with it. Cannon is about having fun. It's about being flexible. It's about playing where you want to play with him. But you're a defender at the end of the day, and you will be kind of strongest and most protected. Let's talk about counterplay. You kind of started to bring that up a little bit, and I think that's important, for any character, right? How can I counterplay this guy? This is look at all these bullets. Look at how fast he's mowing through people. You've got EMPs. If he's mounted, Molotovs are a great way to push him off of a position, because that takes time for him to pull the gun off. Of course, Sniper's very effective at dealing with him. A single headshot, even while he's mounted, headshotting is probably the most effective way to try and deal with it. EMPs, again, another really great way. Anything you can kind of poke and prod at him. He's very slow. He's easy to hit. He's big, but he definitely is going to be doing more DPS than you. That's what you have to kind of do. Those are the mental calculations you're going to have to run when you're figuring out how you're going to deal with this man coming down the train tracks at you.
Yeah, one of the other pieces that you did a really good job of throughout the prototype phase was making sure that enemies always knew when he activated his ability within reason, right? If you are somewhat close, if there is a cannon on the other side of a hallway, within like 20 meters, you're going to hear him pull it out, and you're going to make sure that he is activated and he's in that spot. You also hear it spinning up. So if you're holding left trigger, or if you're aiming with this ability, you'll hear that winding up as an enemy player. So you know that he's on the other side. And so then you kind of approach that situation fundamentally different. And I'd say from our test, I would say that Cannon's probably the strongest on strike out when you control the point, and as a true defender in demolition. He's actually one of our defenders who can hold a site by himself within reason, depending on the counterplay inside of there. But there is those times where you could rely on him to hold a spot and really just kind of control that area by himself.
It's terrifying to be shot at by this Gatling gun. It's going to shake your opponents mentally to their core. But you're right. Ultimately, he is a defender. He is slow. He is big. He's not subtle. He's loud. You know kind of where he is, what he's doing. And it's all about how you want to operate around that, because taking that toe-to-toe fight with the Gatling gun is something you have to do very, very carefully. And you're assuming all of the risks with it. But I've loved making this character. I think a lot of people have had a lot of fun playtesting him internally. We've done a lot of work. Shout outs to my, all my programmers, tech artists, all the UX design, the audio design, all the like every little piece of this guy. Everybody really went hard to make sure all the bells and whistles are here. We have everything we need. Everything makes a good experience. Everything is conveyed clearly. I'm really appreciative of everyone that helped me, bring this character to life.
Yeah.
We're going to take a listen to some of his
team.
voice lines, man. Yeah, we have a great team behind us here at First Watch making Rogue Company. Let's take a listen to some of his voice lines. This is some of my favorite VO we've ever recorded. Shout out to my man, Mike, that helped us with that. It's been an awesome experience, and let's go ahead and take a listen.
I made it! I made it!
Brad.
I made it! I made
Come on, Brad.
it! Appreciate it. Good one. Ooh, now you're cooking with gas.
It's me.
Damn, you're good.
Thanks.
Also good.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
I'm at the top of the food chain.
I can't believe I missed this piece.
Oh,
Cannon
come
is
on.
also
Don't mention
canonically a chef. He's a very good cook. So you're going to hear some references to,
I'm at
cooking
the
up
top of the
trouble,
food
top
chain.
of the food chain, a lot of food, kitchen, fun references kind of laced within his voice pack. It's truly a character I'm very proud of. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of fun to make, a lot of fun to test. And you really have some seriously awesome moments that I think are unlike something you'd be able to achieve, hopefully, with a lot of our other rogues. I hope this is a great fantasy for you guys. The minigun is super fun to play with, and I know you guys are going to like it. I know, Scott, you've had some moments, mowing down 4 or 5 people with that thing, and it just feels like it sings, man.
That's routine.
That's just light work.
Look, Cannon is one of the more electrifying rogues that you can play, especially when it comes to being a defender, right? He brings a completely different experience into that role, and I can't wait for people to get their hands on him, give us feedback on him, but also get used to everything that's coming in this patch. There is unbelievably it's overwhelming. Like it's hard for me to even wrap my mind around how much content is inside of this patch for all the Halloween pieces, Cannon's crew bundle that goes live today. But honestly, the game continues to evolve, right? EMPs, countering durations, we're starting to get a little bit more layers of depth inside of here. And as we introduce a character with a duration ability, the future is looking it's one of those things that it's hard to not get excited about. So thanks everybody on the team for all the hard work, all the community. Even though sometimes, I might not respond on Twitter, I see all your tweets and I appreciate it.
There's a lot of them, and you do a damn good job for the time in the day that you've got. Guys, thank you so much for riding along with us. New Rogue, new cosmetics, new matchmaking, new balance, all this awesome stuff for you guys get to get your hands on here when the PTS goes live. Let us know your thoughts on all of it. This is a very active time that we are looking for feedback and community thoughts on all the changes we are making from all of us here at First Watch and the Rogue Company team. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you out there.